Hello, it's Pen here. I'm at Cinnamon's base today, taking a small break from the war because ages ago I promised him that I would build a pathway out here from his house up to his nether portal. And I keep getting distracted by war preparations and battle plans and pranks and all sorts of, still working on the sea, looking good, and all sorts of things. But today I decided I was going to come over and finally sort this out. I've got heaps of stuff here ready to go, and yeah, we're just going to see what we can do. And I've planted all these spruce trees because I have an idea. Now I have to be careful not to go overboard because this isn't my base, so you know, I don't want to landscape the whole lot, but I think I'm going to do this area between the house and the nether portal and just make it look a little bit welcoming, a little bit nice. So the plan, let's clear this way. Need to make a pathway up to here. I'd like to do some sort of arbor structure over the pathway. I'm not exactly sure where though. And it might be redundant because Cin does have this. I suppose I could turn this into an arbor, possibly. And I also want to shape and define the levels of the terrain here to give it a bit more depth. And I need to clear up all of Blue's rails and put them in a box somewhere just to tidy up. So my plan for the pathway, I think you can see. So this is the color scheme I had in mind. I didn't want to go with the grass path, and because the spruce forest is it's a very muted palette in general, I was originally going to go for sandstone, but I changed my mind. I didn't want anything that bright, so I definitely wanted a muted palette that wouldn't clash with anything here but would stand out. So something in reds and sort of browns that will blend into the landscape, but still sort of, if you look at that, like, it's not going to be too much of a contrast. It fits in with the spruce, it fits in with the stone, and it should look good. So first things first, I'm going to shape the edges of the landscape using spruce wood. Well, here I am trying to do some serious landscaping, and there's a war discussion going on right in the middle. Shoo! Oh, this could be bad. Hi, Will. I'm watching you two. Nice. Love it. Love it. So Oza just snuck into a meeting between Will and Cinnamon and got himself murdered. Oh, nice head, Will. That is adorable. Love it. Well, there was a bit of a tragedy today. Cinnamon logged on and a creeper was in the rose garden and blew everything up. And I mean, wow, this is a ridiculously large hole. Whoa. So I'm back here to fix the mess and B, put a little bit more lighting in, I think, because yeah, that was a little bit rude. Sorry, Cinnamon, my fault. I really hate the lighting in Minecraft. I hate that it's so hard to blend it into the environment. And as a consequence, when I make something pretty, sometimes I skimp on the lighting a bit, and yeah, not always with good results. So I'll work something out. Oh well. So sorry for the front of your house, Cinnamon. I mean, yeah, there's a bit of a mess, but we can fix it. All right, leave it with me. And it's done. I'm really happy with how it came out. I hope you like it as well. Let me walk through what I've done and talk about it, because I love, as you might know from some of my videos, I love landscaping and I can talk about it all day. So let's do that. The pathway, as I mentioned earlier, I used a series of reddy and browny muted tones to blend it into the landscape while still giving the area definition. I like how it came out. I think it works well, and especially works well with the spruce half slabs as the stairs. So you come down your pathway, you've got it defined at the edges by these bushes, which are also sneakily hiding lights. So hopefully no more random creeper spawns. That would be bad. But the first thing that you get as you come down is, of course, the grape arbor. And do you like my grapes? I didn't have access to any heads, so I had to go and buy some from somewhere. I'm sure you can all guess where I bought them from and whose head they are, but they work really well as little fruits on the grapevine. So the outside trellis structure is just spruce fence posts covered in leaves, and then as we come in here, I didn't make any changes to the original structure that Cinnamon had, but I did put the spruce gates across to imitate that sort of trellisy structure. So the grape arbor comes in, twines around the house and up onto the roof, because if you don't bring it up onto the roof, it sort of separates the structure from the house itself, and I wanted to tie these all together into one cohesive whole. Then as you come down to the front door, we have a little sort of secluded entranceway here with deadly rose gardens full of creepers. Oh, how did that happen? That was my bad. I'll just fix that. And the front door, which needs a doorbell, I think. That might be next on the list. And then to this side, I made a little pond area just for a bit of interest and to break it up. This was originally all grass, remember? And you can see I've used a sneaky trick here of putting spiderweb on top of sugarcane to limit its growth, so you don't have all sugarcane growing up to max height. Now I've just tucked some away in the corner here. And then beyond that, I have a level of wheat, which breaks up the terrace and gives it definition leading up into this area here, which is a mass planting of azure bluets. One of the best techniques for when you're doing landscaping is to do mass planting. So if I just put one or two of these things on the grass, doesn't actually look very good. But by planting, like there's one on every single block. And up close, you know, it doesn't look that good. But if you're coming into it from a distance, it merges and gives you a band of color, which looks really nice. And then up here close to the visitor center and portal, I didn't even know there was a sign there. I've just used the ferns as a very simple texturing to tie this into the natural environment. Now this side of the garden is more wild. So I've got some dandelions here with some ferns. And then here I wanted to connect the house to the lake, which is a watery environment. So what I did was I brought a swampy feel into it by adding podzol, mixing in soul sand, still with the brown concrete powder and coarse dirt, which ties it into the pathway. But I left it very random and natural, added in some grass and some of the blue orchids from the swampy biome. And again, I've stuck with just one flower in this area, not mixing in flowers at all. And then using the pumpkin and the beetroot as a sort of contrast to give a little bit of interest to the planting. And then as we get further out, even less structure. So this is just azure bluets, ferns and hidden lights on top of podzol. There's nothing else. So that brings it neatly into the natural lake. And of course you could terraform this lake, you could do some beautiful landscaping, add some grass and things to that. But as I said, trying not to go overboard. And what I've done to separate all these areas, of course, is to use the spruce logs to terrace the change in landscape gradient. And yeah, it gives it structure. I'm really pleased with it. I love the way it looks. So that's it. That didn't actually take that long. It took longer to fix things and to record this episode because unfortunately a couple of my clips got corrupted. Thank you, OBS. And I had to start again. But it's done now and I'm very happy with it. So what do you think? Do you like my little landscaping? Do you like landscaping? Are you a gardener in Minecraft, or are you one of these people that just puts a house down and leaves the landscape flat and green? This is what I used to do when I started building, was just level the terrain, plonk a building on it, all done and walk away. But you know, landscaping really lifts a build, in my opinion. It gives it a bit more interest and it ties it all together into one cohesive whole, land and building. So definitely worth doing. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode today. Thank you very much for watching. If you really enjoyed it, please drop me a like and maybe subscribe if you're new, and hang around for further videos. Next up is the Prank War First Battle Recap. Should be good. So stick around for that. This is Pen out. I'll see you later.